On Amazon Prime Video, I watched from 1985, Once Bitten. Now, this is an abysmal Jim Carrey comedy from the 80s. You see, before his meteoric rise in 1994, there was a much smaller effort to make Jim Carrey a star in the 80s, and it backfired so bad with movies like Copper Mountain and Once Bitten that by the time he was on In Living Color, he was going by James Carrey. Now, part of the reason why I watched this is the DP is Adam Goldberg. If that name sounds a little familiar to you, this was the DP of Terminator, Terminator 2, Near Dark, and his last movie was Snakes on a Plane. All right, so Jim Carrey is a guy, and he does or doesn't want to hook up with his super hot girlfriend Robin. And that's that's actually one of the least confusing things about this movie. So there's also this vampire played by Lauren Hutton. I guess when she turns 400, she needs to have consumed virgin blood by then, or she's in serious trouble, aging bad. I don't think it's that hard to get a virgin, and you're starting in California in the 80s, okay. Not as good a pickings as it used to be, but really, you should have a supply on hand. Part of what makes this movie so bad is just how widely it fails at comedy. I didn't realize that Jim Carrey's character here was supposed to be in high school. He starts the movie out driving an ice cream truck. They gave high schoolers that responsibility back then. How come everybody in this movie looks about 30? Or at least 25? I guess I just don't understand his motivation here. Does he want to have sex with Robin or not? What was stopping him? It didn't seem like anything. There wasn't some rival. There wasn't some other guy hitting on her. Only one scene in the entire movie plays to Jim Carrey's strengths, and it will last for about 10 seconds with him making some faces. It's the only time his personality comes out in the whole film. And there's just rampant laziness. At one point, he's getting some ice cream for some kids. They get off their bikes, and he turns around and goes, "Arr," because I guess he got bitten, and the idea is that he's changing into a vampire, but there's different rules to it, like you need to get bitten 3 times to go all the way. He should be turning around with fangs in his mouth, but they're never applied. So what are the kids afraid of? Yeah, there's nothing funny here, there's really no plot, but I would say that the real star of this movie is Karen Kopins as Robin. Sweet Jesus, she is fine. I hadn't seen this movie since it showed on HBO in the mid-90s. And even then, I was at a friend's house and we only watched the very end. But she gives a much better performance than this material deserves, and it's a shame she wasn't in more stuff later. For Karen and Karen alone, I will award Once Bitten 1.5 out of 4 stars. So we're at the part of the video where I have to beg you to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because subscribe doesn't really account to anything other than YouTube might someday send me a plaque.